Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. You can't hit Indiana Jones.
You know what I love about Indiana Jones is that I love how he punches someone in every movie. Like he's a puncher.
I have a Twin Pines video episode
about him punching.
Yes, it's coming out soon.
Cool.
It's recreating the Indiana Jones punch.
I love that every movie he's got a punch, dude. He should be like thrown into categories of like boxing movies.
He has the best cinematic punch.
I agree.
And he also does the point. The finger point.
I love it. I love that he punches people way more than he shoots them. You are my friend, and you are a big Indiana Jones fan.
That's me, yeah.
I like Indiana Jones, but I don't think I like it as much as you do.
Okay.
I don't think most people like it as much as you do.
I doubt that.
And I'm going to let you open the show.
Okay. Well, welcome back to the Movie Stash. Today, we're talking about Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. 80 years old and still making Indiana Jones movies, and we're still as excited. He could make an Indiana Jones movie at 100 years old, and I'd still be as excited to watch as I was this movie.
I'd go watch it.
I think we all knew what we were going to be getting with this movie. I mean, he's really old, and we just wanted to see this movie. Were you excited to see Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny?
Yeah, I was. I really wasn't expecting a lot.
Okay.
Especially with like all the movies we've been getting the last couple of years, I was like really expecting to be let down. But I was excited to see it because I love Harrison Ford and I love him as Indiana Jones.
You love Harrison Ford.
I do.
All right, I want to judge you right now. Give me your rankings of Indiana Jones movies.
Well,
what's your number one?
The only reason why you brought that up is because you know that most people are going to disagree with me.
Actually, you know what? Recently, I would say no because I've heard the same answers from other people.
My number one out of all the Indiana Jones is Temple of Doom.
Okay, what's your number two?
You're not gonna like it.
What?
Crystal Skull.
Oh my God!
Crystal Skull.
I want to Indiana Jones punch you right now, dude.
Everybody is always like, oh, I don't like the alien aspect of it. But it's like every Indiana Jones had some like unexplained shit. Stuff that like shouldn't or is not acceptably...
Yeah, that's true.
Like agreed on that really exists in the world. Like magic and spells and things like that. Like everybody was all cool with that. But aliens are... I don't like the alien aspect of it. Like, get the fuck out of here. Crystal Skull is action-packed and it has one of my favorite actors in it, Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah, okay.
So that is my number two.
All right, what's the rest of them?
Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Okay.
And then...
The Last Crusade.
No.
Oh, no, wait. Dial of Destiny?
Dial of Destiny.
Over The Last Crusade?
And then The Last Crusade.
Get the fuck out of here. He hates Sean Connery.
I hate Sean Connery.
Why do you hate Sean Connery so much?
I've never met him personally, so I can't say I hate him as a person, but I don't like his movies. I think that he can't he can't carry a movie. He's not a leading man in my book.
Okay.
Like when he's a leading man, I'm out. He's boring.
What's your book? Shitty Movies?
No, it's actually called 1,000 Movies to Watch Before You Die. Except Sean Connery. That's like the subtitle. I don't know, man. He's so boring. He puts me out. Like, he's not interesting. He talks so slow and, like, you know, he's not an action guy. Like, Harrison Ford in his 80s, or Harrison Ford as an old man now, is more action-packed than Sean Connery's ever been in his youth. Sean Connery's fucking boring.
Like James Bond? I gotta be honest, I've never seen the James Bond movies.
Fuck out of here with
I've
James
seen some
Bond.
of the James Bond movies, but not all of them.
James Bond. That's for your grandfather's grandfather.
All right, so that's your ranking. Temple of Doom, Crystal Skull, Raiders, Dial of Destiny, Last Crusade.
Correct.
Wow. That is not what I was expecting. I knew the Temple of Doom, and actually a lot of people love the Temple of Doom. I remember when I was a kid, I loved the Temple of Doom. But my rankings go... It's weird.
Can I say your ranking?
You think you know my rankings? Okay, go.
Last Crusade, Raiders of the Lost Ark, Temple of Doom, Dial of Destiny, Crystal Skull.
Yeah, except for the first two. It's weird. Because I will, like, Raiders and Last Crusade are battling each other for me. I think that Raiders of the Lost Ark is a far better movie, like an Indiana Jones movie, but The Last Crusade is my favorite Indiana Jones movie.
So I technically got it right.
Technically, yeah.
All right, let's talk about this movie that we just saw, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny.
Yes.
Let's talk about it, dude.
Let's talk about it. Were you excited for this one?
Like I said, I was excited, but I was expecting it to not be good.
Okay.
Because they don't make good movies anymore. That's a fact.
Did it meet your expectations of it not being good?
No, it was better than I thought it was going to be.
Okay.
I'll keep going then.
Well, what was great about it? What did you think? How did it exceed your expectations? Hold on, let me take that again. How was it better than you thought it was going to be?
It was a good story. There was a lot of good action.
Okay.
I like the old characters. I like the new characters a lot.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's my answer.
Okay.
I that's why it was better than I thought it was going to be. The story was better than I thought it was going to be. The action was better than I thought it was going to be, considering how old he is.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that he did great. I wouldn't even say his age was a factor at all. I thought he was amazing.
Yeah, I don't think even in the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, his age wasn't a factor on why I didn't like it that much. When I brought up concerns to friends, they were like, "Oh, of course he's old." I'm like, even in this movie, it didn't bother me that he was old. I thought everything that he did was exactly what I thought, and it was still entertaining.
Didn't bother me at all that he was old. At all, dude.
No.
If you try to, give me a younger Indiana Jones to play Indiana Jones, I wouldn't want it. I want Indiana Jones aged out as he should be aged, and he was great.
And that brings me to one of my favorite parts of the movie. Not favorite parts of the movie, but something that I appreciated is, when they showed him in his older years in this movie, there was a scene where, the first scene that you see him, he's shirtless, and you see his old body, and I like that because it showed it put it right in your face. He's old.
Some reality.
He is old. He's got the skin flapping down. He's just old, wrinkly. He looks like an old man.
Now hold on a second, though.
What?
To be fair, every single one of us, we all look worse sitting down.
Yeah, we do.
It opens up on him sitting down. When he stands up, I'm like, he's in really good shape for his age.
For 80.
Yeah. I don't think he's 80, dude. I think he's 70-something. But but anyway, he's in really good shape for his age. But I've seen dudes that are in really good shape that are younger than you and I, like in their 20s. Yeah. When they sit down, you go you like the beer, huh, buddy? Everybody looks worse sitting down.
I'll call this 80 for Indy.
That's a good one, dude.
80 for Indy.
80 for Indy.
Yeah, I like that they did that right off the bat, just to put that
too.
in there. I thought that was great. I went into this movie knowing that it wasn't going to be perfect. I went in there knowing that they were doing some de-aging, and it was possibly going to be the opening sequence of the Indiana Jones movie. It's like every Indiana Jones movie has the same format. The opening adventure, and then, everything else. So I knew that the opening adventure was going to be him de-aged, and I went in there going, as long as we get that one last young Indy adventure, I'm cool. The rest of the movie could be dog shit. It could be literal Shia LaBeouf shitting in a monkey skull, and I would be okay with that.
I'd watch that movie.
Yeah. And I gotta say, the de-aging, I actually thought was done really well. I thought the texturing was done well. My only issue with it was that whenever he was moving, you could tell. But when he was still, if you took still frames of every single shot of him as young Indy, it would be flawless. But for the fact that it was just tracking weird whenever he was moving, and that really threw me off a little bit. That's my only critique.
I agree with you. The de-aging, yeah, if you showed us a still shot of it, it's amazing. But it's not a still shot. It's keeping in tradition to Indiana Jones films of opening with action.
Yeah.
And so he wasn't going to not be moving. And while he was moving, it didn't look good. It looked good, but it didn't look good. And several times while he's moving, I can see that the head was too big for the body. It didn't match the body.
Yeah.
It's clearly somebody else's body. So it looked good in a still shot, but it didn't match the body.
Well, it was still Harrison Ford. Except for possibly some of the actual action, but he was there recording, and they digitally replaced his face, so it was still old indie body.
Action is not him.
Yeah, some of it, obviously,
and they're putting his face on that. Mm-hmm. So, all right, so. What do you want to do, bro? Do you want to open with shit that I don't like about this movie? Or do you want to talk about shit that I do like about this movie?
It doesn't matter. However you want to do.
What do you want to do, bro?
Let's talk about what you. I mean, I asked you what you liked. How did it exceed your expectations?
So that's a different question. But what I liked about the movie. All right, let's talk about this. All right.
Okay.
I was like on board for this movie the first like hour and a half.
Me too.
And I think and also okay. Hold on. Rewind. Here's where we're going to disagree.
Okay.
I could have totally done without that opening scene during the de-aging.
Okay.
I would have loved if the movie opened up with old Indiana Jones sitting down like how we just described, sitting down in his chair. And then he gets all mad at the neighbors, which I love that it was like 1969 and there were hippies next door making store and he yells out the window. I would have loved it. But you can't open an Indiana Jones movie like that.
Yeah.
It's got to be action.
Yeah.
So I get that scene, I get the de-aging, but I didn't need it to be a half hour long. The fucking first opening scene of him, which is not him, is de-aged. I didn't need it to be 30 minutes. I could have used like Halloween Kills was a great opening of, like, they recreated the whole
1978.
Yeah, that was cool, and it was perfect length.
Mm-hmm.
This was 30 minutes, and it was like really the more he moved, the more animated it looked, and it reminded me of Polar Express. It was like, this is not that far off from seeing Tom Hanks animated on a train. This is Harrison Ford animated on a train for fucking 30 minutes. Okay. I didn't need it to be that long. Like, I was like, I'm fine with like a little bit of de-aging opening scene for an action. I didn't need a 30-minute opening scene.
I did.
Before we see the real Harrison Ford.
I did, because that was what I was going into this movie for. It was that opening sequence of a young Indiana Jones. I agree with you that a lot of the moving shots, I have a lot of complaints about that opening sequence. But overall, I enjoyed it. And the length of it didn't bother me. And I was on board with you when you were saying the first hour and a half of this movie, it was great. I thought the first hour and a half of this movie was really good. The third act is where you lose me. And so are we going to talk about stuff like that?
That we don't like?
That we don't like?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Oh, wait. Then let's just... I think just on the count on your hand, the things that you did like. Harrison Ford. Great. Seeing Sala. Great. The action. I was actually impressed with the action in this movie. I thought the action was pretty good. I think that was it. I wasn't even impressed with the score.
Okay, I got more.
Okay.
I got more things that I liked.
Okay.
His goddaughter.
She was okay.
I loved her.
Okay.
I thought she was awesome.
Okay.
I thought she was great. Like, if you were trying to replace Indiana Jones, like, there was talks for a while that, like, maybe Chris Pratt was going to take over as Indiana Jones.
Hey, I've heard the rumors.
I don't want someone to replace Indiana Jones. If you're going to keep Indiana Jones movies going, it's a pass the torch thing. And I really, if you're going to say the next Indiana Jones is going to be a woman, some people might get mad. I wouldn't be mad. Like, if it's her, I'm not going to be mad. Like, I thought she was a great actress. I thought she was funny. I thought that she was great in adventure and action scenes, and I really liked her character.
If there was anybody that was going to pass the torch to, it should be Ke Quan, because he's a good he's good with action, and I feel like the nostalgia aspect is still there, and he's still young enough to keep.
But he's not an archaeologist.
He could be. Why the fuck can't he be? Because he's Asian?
No.
Yeah, you said that.
No, I did. No, man. Well, we'll get into the Ke Quan.
He's not an archaeologist. How do you know? The last time you only saw him when he was like fucking 7.
First of all, I want to get into Ke Quan when we're talking about things that we don't like.
Okay,
that's fine. I liked her.
Okay,
I liked her character, and I liked her friend. I don't remember his name. The little kid,
the short round wannabe.
Yeah, and I like that he had a lot of similarities. The way that she met him was the way that Indy met Short Round.
Yeah.
And honestly, that kid, I thought he was great. I thought he did a great job. I love his character. So I liked a lot of the new characters in this. And I don't think that, like, if there was going to be a whole movie or even, like, a show, like, let's say Paramount, because I think it's Paramount that is associated with, and Disney that's associated with Indy. Mm-hmm. If they did a whole show where it was just her and that little kid, I would watch that show.
Oh, I would too.
I think that they were great together. I liked the villains. I even liked the dude with like the little square haircut. I thought that.
The American guy, right?
The American. I thought he was a great villain.
Yeah.
I thought that the main German Nazi villain was great.
Mads Mikkelsen.
That guy was phenomenal. What was his name?
He's phenomenal in everything. Mads Mikkelsen.
That guy was great, dude. I thought
great
he was
in everything
awesome.
that he's ever done.
I like the fact that there's a lot of deniers of this, and I like that they actually addressed it in this movie. That NASA was founded by Nazis, and people don't believe that. That is a fact, and the fact that they show that guy was responsible for us going to the moon, which we didn't do. That guy was responsible for us going to the moon. Dude, like I was like, and there was like little subtle things where Dr. Jones was in his class teaching about like, well, it was right after they talked about the moon thing. Then it cuts to him in his class teaching about there's no actual proof, and we as scientists and archaeologists, that's what he was teaching in his class.
Oh,
it's like it was like, yeah, there's no proof we went to the moon, and there's and 100% NASA was founded by fucking Nazis, and it's addressed in this movie, and I thought it was great. Just love the villains, love the new characters. Forgive me because I don't remember the name, so for lack of a better word, the black agent, the girl.
Wait, you couldn't come up with a better name? Is that what you're saying? For lack of a better name,
the black girl.
Yeah, the black CIA
with the
agent.
afro.
Yeah, there was no point of her character.
You said there's no point to her character. I actually really liked her character.
I didn't say I didn't like it. There was no point for it.
There's no point for it because they killed her off too soon. If they didn't kill her off too soon, spoiler alert.
Yeah.
If they didn't kill her off too soon, then there would have been a point to her.
Like I would
They just didn't give her enough time for there to be a point to her. But she was a good character.
They were building it up where she was probably going to switch sides, which would have been cool. But they just killed her off, and all of a sudden she had nothing to do with the rest of the movie. I'm like, why are you going to put that much focus on a character and then... I'm going to wait till that. Why would you put that much focus on a character and then have them just ante up to nothing?
I guess I can't argue with you on that. But, like, dude, if there was a series with her, with the goddaughter, and the little boy, and those exact agents...
Yeah.
Like all running around and something, like it would be great. Those were all great characters, all great actors. Everybody did a great job. Mm-hmm. So these are things I liked about the movie.
To be fair, I felt like everybody in this movie did a great job. Mm-hmm. Can you name an actor that didn't do a good job in this movie? I thought everybody knocked it out of the park for what they were given to work with.
Yeah.
All right, so is that the rest of the stuff that you liked?
Okay, yeah, let's move on.
Now we're going to get into the fun stuff, which is what makes our show so interesting, is the shit that we didn't like. So who's going to go first, you or me? Wait, which one?
You.
You want me to go first? All right.
Because I did like this movie.
Okay. I did like it, but anyway, we'll get into the stuff I didn't like. I didn't like that there was no movie magic. This movie had all the marks of an Indiana Jones movie, but it didn't have that movie magic, and it's hard to even explain what that is.
That's correct.
But I felt like what the relic was, the Dial of Destiny, was a poor choice for this film. I did not like the third act at all. I thought the third act was kind of it was building up, and then it kind of plateaued, and then it just kind of I didn't like the ending. And everybody's talking about, you have to have a suspension of disbelief because every Indiana Jones movie has that supernatural aspect where you're supposed to let go of your disbelief and go along with it. So like the Raiders of the Lost Ark, when they open up the Ark and the ghosts come out. The Temple of Doom, ripping out the heart and the stones. Last Crusade, the cup, everything like that. This one... I felt like it was...
Holy Grail, right?
The Holy Grail. I felt like, for the Dial of Destiny, I felt like it was too much for what they were going for.
And you don't like the aliens from Crystal Skull?
I like the idea of it. I think for the Crystal Skull, it was more of the execution of how they showed them at the end. I really didn't like that, and I didn't like how you saw a UFO at the end. I thought that, I don't know. I thought the Crystal Skull being an alien skull was interesting, and I thought that was a good, that wasn't a bad choice. It's just how they executed it.
Well,
the same thing with this one, but this one was better than the Crystal Skull in my opinion. But I mean, can we just go ahead and say what the supernatural aspect of this movie was? Time travel, which I love in movies. I didn't necessarily like it for Indiana Jones, but the more I was thinking about it, it was more how they executed it in this. I didn't like that they were ground level, because they flew into a portal with their airplane, and then you got to see the Roman armies fighting and everything like that. If they had kept it like that in the air, I would have been more on board with it. But for the fact that they got down to the ground floor, and you got to see all the actors playing the Roman soldiers and Archimedes and everything like that, it felt like a Hollywood commercial. It didn't feel real. It felt like it was new and fresh, and I didn't believe it as time travel. And and Indiana Jones wanting to stay there, which I can understand a little bit, but I just felt like that was, I just didn't buy it. I didn't like it. I didn't like that part.
I agree with you on when they got on the ground floor that it didn't feel real. It felt like a commercial. It felt cheap.
Yeah.
And I would agree with you that it felt like a sound stage.
Yeah.
But I've noticed that like a lot, you really judge a movie a lot on
Production quality.
And I usually judge a movie a lot on like story and actors and stuff like that. But so for me, if a story is good, I can look past production quality.
I can do that too.
But you really like seem to harp on that a lot. But
well, it's because it has to have a better balance of it. The story has to be better than what the quality is.
Yeah, in a perfect world, yes. But also that's a matter of opinion, because I do like the story in this, and you didn't like the time travel part of it.
Not necessarily.
What the fuck are they doing? Fucking Tokyo Drift outside?
Yeah, we got Tokyo. This is an Indiana Jones action sequence outside.
But anyway, I agree with you that it didn't feel real and it felt cheap and low quality and things like that. But I liked the time travel aspect of it. I liked the Dial of Destiny. I was perfectly fine with the Relic in this movie.
Okay.
And I had no problems with that. And you had a problem with him wanting to stay there in that time, and I didn't have a problem with that. You said that as a scientist and a doctor and an archaeologist that he should have known better. But my argument for that was that he thought he was dying. He wasn't thinking straight. He got shot. He was bleeding. So this is for you listening at home. There's spoilers in this. This won't be on the Instagram thing. But that part didn't bother me at all. And I liked, we're talking about Indiana Jones' famous punches in every movie. I like that she punched him
to take him out.
That she punched. She was a badass, dude.
Yeah.
She's a fucking badass. I did like it.
I didn't mind her. But her as an actor, I thought was really good.
Yeah.
It was just like her character. I felt like
that's how you empower a woman without, you know what I mean? Like every movie they want to do an empowering woman movie, but they don't make a good movie. They don't do it right. But this was great. Like her being a strong woman and a great actress and a leading lady. I thought that she was a leading lady. Didn't like take away at all from Harrison Ford as a leading man. They both shined so good together.
Yeah, I thought that they were good together. It was just like her character. It wasn't like, it was more of like her intentions. I wish that it would like she was all about the money, and then she was all about, I don't know, it's hard to explain.
I'm glad you brought that up because like when I was watching the movie, I'm like, she's Catwoman.
Yeah, pretty much.
I thought I'm like she's fucking Catwoman. She's Anne Hathaway's Catwoman. Like she was constantly after the jewels or the gold or the money, but in the end she like chose her heart and good over evil.
Okay.
So I like the dude. What about I fucking like the movie, bro.
I enjoyed watching the movie, but as a movie, I didn't necessarily like it that much.
Okay.
That much. I still enjoyed it.
All right, so let me get into some things I didn't like about the movie.
Okay.
Though. you opened with movie magic. I thought you were going to say that.
Oh yeah, that was the movie magic. This did not have any movie magic.
Yeah, and like you said, it's very hard to explain what that is, but when you see it, you know it.
Yeah.
And we've seen it in several Indiana Jones films and several films from our past.
Yeah.
And this movie did not have movie magic. When you said that, bro, you hit the target right on the hammer. That's not the saying. But
X marks the spot.
Yeah, man, you hit the nose on it, bro. When you said there's no movie magic, I was thinking the exact same thing. You took the words out of my mouth. It was a good movie, but it lacked movie magic. A heroic shot of Indy with the classic John Williams Indiana Jones theme in the heroic moment. It didn't have that. We had the Indiana Jones. This is my complaints. We had the Indiana Jones theme song played in the beginning of the movie and during the end credits.
And scored by John Williams.
Yes, but in the movie, it wasn't in the movie. It was in the beginning scene, which was fucking not him.
Mm-hmm.
And during the end credits. That's it. During all that action in between, and even towards the third act where there was no heroic Indiana Jones with his theme song. That's my complaint right there. Number 2 complaint, he doesn't use his whip. Indiana Jones has his pistol, his whip, and his punch. We got some punch in this, not so much pistol, almost no whip. In the first scene, the de-aged scene, he uses his whip, and I don't count that because it's not Indiana Jones. It's not Harrison Ford. They showed that he took the whip with him in the bag with the hat and everything.
Yeah.
Didn't use it the entire adventure.
Yeah, he used it once when he was old. That I can remember off the top of my head.
When he was young.
No, when he was old. He used it once when he was old.
When?
In the movie. When when they're at the auction, he's trying to get the dial back, and he used the whip, and he's cracking it in front of everybody, and then all of a sudden, they all just had guns, and he ducked down.
Oh, but that's lame.
But
we need a heroic scene with Indiana Jones using his whip and this, like, swinging.
See, that is
swinging with the song. Like, that's movie magic.
Yeah. See, that's it. He's swung on the whip in every Indiana Jones movie except for this one that I can't think of a scene where he's... But I need to see this again.
Yeah, he needs to be swinging from the whip with the song. Like, that's Indiana Jones movie magic. And it didn't have that.
Yeah, it didn't. But you know what I do have to say? It's unfair for me to start judging movies anymore the first go around. Especially ones that I have a lot of nostalgic attachment to, because if anything doesn't meet my expectations, I start letting that irk me throughout the whole movie instead of actually enjoying the things that I did like.
That's fair to say, man. Because,
but it definitely had no magic.
Even back in the day, like, there's some movies I didn't like, and then now I like them, you know? I used to not like avocados, and I like them a lot. I like them a lot now. People change. I got 2 more things I didn't like about this movie. The next one is, I will say... Okay, so I think the whole theme of my complaints about this movie is missed opportunities.
Yeah.
Missed opportunities for movie magic, and missed opportunity for Ki-hee Kwan, bro.
Yeah, dude. I don't understand why he wasn't brought back.
Missed opportunity, man. He's acting. He's working again. He's fully capable. He just won best supporting actor.
But not only that,
he's working, man.
It's been going viral of all the pictures of him running into Harrison Ford, and like it just goes viral when you see him, and it's just you get swelled up, and it's just like, why wasn't he in this fucking movie, dude? Like,
there's more trending hashtags of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Ki-hee Kwan, and Short Round than there are of Dial of Destiny.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Sorry. Take that again.
Everything Everywhere All at Once.
There's more trending hashtags of Everything Everywhere All at Once, Ki-hee Kwan, and Short Round. Those are all have more trending numbers than Dial of Destiny does.
Yeah.
Like, why wasn't he in this movie?
I can't believe that they didn't have him
for a second.
That would have bumped up my score a lot too.
For a cameo, a little something.
But even like Karen Allen, you know, like her returning. I mean, can you think of anything else that she's been doing? Not off the top of my head. It almost feels like she just comes back for the Indiana Jones movies. I mean, I could be wrong. I just don't know it. But, like, it's not like Ke Kwan isn't available or wouldn't do it.
I bet you he would.
I just can't. I can't believe.
He wants to do it. We all want to see it. What are you doing, you producers? What are you doing? Like, are you guys going, who cares what the audience wants? Who cares what the old fans think? We're making new fans. Like, what are you doing?
Sometimes I do agree with that, though. Sometimes I think that the movie studio should not listen to fans. And the ones that made me think that more than recently is the Snyder fans, the Snyderverse stuff. That's what has made me... I was on board at first, but then I just saw how toxic they are when they got what they wanted. And I'm like, you know what? No, it should be up to the filmmakers. If the filmmaker didn't want to have Short Round in there, okay, I guess. But I'm like, personally, I just can't believe why they wouldn't. I mean, especially from just a strict monetary value. I mean, like, Ke Kwan, yeah, he just did win an Oscar. And of course he won the Oscar after they were making the movie. But how could you not know that he wasn't going to get one when they were making that? All those insiders know.
It's just dumb, dude. He's in the limelight right now.
I just can't believe that they didn't use him.
Even if you have to go back and refilm one little scene, something at the end.
No, I would have wanted him to be a part of the third act adventure. Like, if he came in as a surprise at the end and helped Indy, like, imagine if, like, he jumped on that plane and followed them in there, and then he was back in
that
time.
That would have been the perfect time to do it.
Yep.
And in a perfect world, that would have saved the third act. But I'm asking, so obviously that would have been great, but I'm asking for just to see him would have bumped the score up a little bit.
Yeah.
It just would have been great to see
Not just to see him, but to see him and Harrison together.
Yeah.
Would have been phenomenal.
It would have been, like, they're so dumb. You guys are so dumb. You don't know how to make money. You don't like to make money. Like, you guys are so dumb. You people who make movies today, you're so fucking stupid. You're so dumb. You fucking bending over to pick up pennies and you're dropping dollar bills. You're so fucking stupid.
You know what? I just had a really great idea that I think we could have a compromise over the opening sequence. If it wasn't a young Indy, and it was actually Ke Kwan on an adventure and needing Indy's help. That's an opening adventure. Would be Ke Kwan on an adventure because maybe, he wanted to be an archaeologist and they open up with him on an action sequence, and then he has to go find Indy for the rest of them. That would have been great.
I mean, maybe they're going to do some spin-off series with Ke Kwan now, but it wouldn't have been anything like having them two together again.
No, yeah, exactly. So, and sometimes I feel like that's exactly what you need a movie for.
Yeah, I mean,
especially bringing back an old franchise like Ghostbusters Afterlife, right? You obviously Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, and Ernie Hudson, they all came back, and we didn't want the whole movie to be, but we just want to see one shot of them together. We didn't have to have a movie about them being Ghostbusters. We just knew that I just wanted them to come in at the end and just help out a little bit, which is exactly what made the movie so great for me and what would have made this one really, really great.
Yeah, man, I don't know what the fuck they're doing, bro. Like, think of the people who are going to see this Indiana Jones movie.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't even say it's 50-50. I would say it's like 80-20.
Okay.
80% is guys like us.
Yeah.
Who grew up on Indiana Jones. That's who's going to see it. And the 20% are people that, like, heard of Indiana Jones and did the ride at fucking Disneyland, and obviously, like, maybe their parents try to show them it or whatever, but they're just going to the movies and they're going to like whatever fucking junk you put in their face. But 80% are people that love Indiana Jones and grew up on it. Mm-hmm. That's who you should be catering to, but they're not, because they know they're going to die eventually, and they're just trying to build their new audience. But that's fine. You still could have done that, because I like the new characters you introduced.
But I don't understand.
Just give us a little fan service.
But I don't understand. I agree with you on that. This is one of those situations where they should have had a little bit more fan service. But I don't understand what they would be passing the torch off to, because they've made it very clear, and Steven Spielberg has made it very clear, that nobody will ever play Indiana Jones except for Harrison Ford. So I don't understand what they're trying to expand the audience to. First of all, this wasn't even aimed at kids. So they're not trying to get kids into this. I mean, it was for the people who grew up enjoying that era of movies.
People younger than us are not kids anymore. They are millennials.
Okay.
They are 20s, right?
I guess.
So they're not kids.
No.
But, dude, yeah, like, just, I'm just so mad at where Hollywood is now, and I would say that movie magic is definitely missing, and they don't know how to do it anymore.
Yeah, because they gotten into this such industrial part of making movies that it's like an algorithm. That's what, like, you always hear about studio interference, because that's why we're only getting franchises. We're only getting recycled franchises. We're not getting brand new original content that are big, huge blockbuster movies. I'm sure there are occasional ones out there, but it's not like how it used to be. Like, what happened before Indiana Jones, Ghostbusters, Back to the Future, all these huge franchise movies, they were once original. Why can't we just come up with new original ideas? It's just recycling the same stuff, and they're just using it. It's like an AI algorithm.
Do you want to share your AI theory?
Yeah, I do have an AI theory. I have a conspiracy theory that AI has been used in movies for at least 10 years, because everybody is now getting to experience AI. It's been released to the public. And if they were going to invent AI, the first thing that they would do would not be release it to the public. I think they were using it for the longer period of time before they let us have it. And I think that is why a lot of movies have been recycled so much over the years, because they've been using AI to help generate script ideas for movies.
So that's why they're using the same franchises and characters and all that stuff.
Yeah, because the AI can't develop original content. They're using data. That's why AI just wants everybody's data, is because they're using data of stuff that already existed and developing things based off that, which is why I think we're just getting so many new same old movies. And
that's why the movies are bad.
Yeah.
In the last 10 years.
Yeah. That's my theory.
Bro, I'm gonna agree with you on that. I don't know if it's true, but if that's your theory, dude, I'll back you on it, man. I think that makes a lot of sense. You want to hear my theory, which is very similar?
No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I would love to hear your theory.
All right, my theory is that what the fuck is going on outside, bro? This is like the noisiest place to be right now. Did a fucking plane just land here?
Probably.
All right. My theory is very similar to yours, but different topic, is that I think that they make CGI look bad on purpose.
Why?
So that when they are actually showing us things, we will believe that it's real.
You mean in like real life?
In real life and in movies.
Oh.
Right. So they already have the technology to make Harrison Ford look perfect.
Mm-hmm.
De-aged and action and everything without. They already have it to make it look perfect, but they can't let us know they can do that, because one day when they want to put somebody in a movie and it's not them, or they want to make AI in movies and it's not real people, which is what they want to do, we're not going to be able to say that's not real. We can't. We're going to say like, no, that looked real. We're not going to question it. So I think that they have the ability to do it already, but they make it look fake on purpose.
So they're pulling an Uncle Phil, break out Lucille.
Yeah.
They're playing bad on purpose, so then they can beat us in the end game.
Yeah, man. They're not. They have the technology to make CGI look perfect, undeniably real, but they can't let us know that they have that technology. They can't let us know that, because so they make everything look a little fake. So when, when Biden's doing a press conference, we're not going to go, that ain't him. The real guy's dead.
He actually went back in time to the Roman period.
Yeah.
And they're just trying to cover that up. I half agree with you. I can see that. But I also know it's because they overwork the CGI artists. And the reason why that happens is because if a VFX house says no, you're not giving us enough time, they're going to lose more work in the future. And we saw that as a result for The Flash. Actually, VFX artists from The Flash came forward and said if it looked like it was made in a week, because it was. Because we have to agree to take these jobs or else we're not going to get future jobs. And they don't care. They just keep on cramming it out there. So I'm half on board with you. I can see that.
Well, in conclusion, I'm happy. In conclusion, I'm happy that we will never have anybody else play Indiana Jones except for Harrison Ford. And I'm fine with them passing the torch to a completely different character that's not called Indiana Jones, but another action adventure archaeologist. I don't care if it's a fucking woman. I thought she was great. Or anybody else in the future. I am not on board with them ever, after Harrison Ford is gone, making more movies with a fake version of him. I'm not on board with that. I am boycotting AI.
I am
writing,
yes,
and trying to make the main actors in a movie.
They're
slowly trying to introduce it, bro.
I think that they've already done.
They've already introduced it, but now we're having half-hour opens of it. Like a little bit, fine, but now we're having half-hour opens of it, and I don't want it. I don't want to have a movie where a lot of the actors are not even real. I want.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I want the actor. Like, you cannot replace what Leonardo DiCaprio puts in a movie. You know what I mean? That natural instinct. You can't.
No.
You'd have to take away the Academy Awards if you did that.
I don't care about that.
But it doesn't matter. Like, it's about an art.
Yeah. And it's not. If it's computer generated, that humans are no longer in control of. And I think I already talked about this. I do predict that that's what James Cameron is going to do for the Terminator reboots, is that he's going to use AI to at least write half of the movie. But yeah, I don't want to see AI in anything anymore. And I just think it's kind of scary. Just like, we've had decades of movies warning us about the dangers of AI, and we're all like, nah, fuck no. But the second it was released to the public, everybody was just like, fuck yeah, let's do it. I'm like, wow, dude.
It's
like,
there
was no pumping the brakes at all. Everybody was just
time.
Yeah.
It's a waste of your time.
Ridiculous.
You're just another fucking, I don't know, you're in your coffin inching along the freeway, man.
Just another key on the board.
You're sitting there with your fucking living paycheck to paycheck with your overdraft fees, and you're still using the fucking AI, man. Like, why are you doing it? Like, just fucking go to work. Don't waste your time on this shit. It's fucking stupid. And pay to see good movies. Go back and watch fucking old good movies. Anyway, I can harp on this for hours, bro. I feel very passionate about it.
Yeah,
but
I feel kind of done about it.
I'm done. But one more thing I don't like about the movie, but I will save it because I would like to first talk about our scores.
Okay.
So let me have your score first.
My score, it might change after a second viewing, but I'm at like a 6.5 for this movie.
The Agometer on Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny is a 7.5.
Ooh, 7.5.
Yeah.
All right.
But,
okay.
So overall, I like the movie, but if you really want to get down to it, my last complaint is that the movie's way too fucking long.
Yeah, I knew you were going to say that.
Like, all the things I complained about the movie, I was still happy with the movie. I enjoyed it, and I liked the movie, but overall, it was fucking dragged, man.
Yeah.
And that third act was fucking dragged. It was way too fucking long. And that's my biggest complaint about it. It would have been probably like an 8 or an 8.5 if it wasn't. It's 2.5 hours. I'm not gonna lie. Feels like 4 hours.
And I also feel like when they actually did get to the adventure seeking aspect of seeking a relic or something like that, it was far too easy for them to get. There was like no booby traps.
That's true.
There was not like as soon as they got into the temple, they had what they were looking for. As soon as they got to the place, it took no effort to find.
I didn't think about that. That's a good point.
That was one of the movie magic things that was destroyed.
Yeah, that's true too. Yeah, you're right. But yeah, man, it's very unfortunate because some people have asked me, should I wait to watch it at home or should I watch it in the theaters? And it's very unfortunate that I have to say wait and watch it at home because I think that it really is a good movie, but unfortunately it feels like it's fucking 4 hours long and you gotta watch it at home so you can take breaks because it is too long. Stop making these unnecessary 2.5 hour movies. And that's all I gotta say about it.
I will say, I will recommend to go see it in the theater. I feel like it's important to support theater. Especially
it is
that's
why it pains me to say that because it is important to support theater and to support Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
Harrison Ford gets a 10.
Yeah.
But the movie gets a 7.5 from me.
Feeling an Indiana Jones action movie again is a 10, but as a movie, no.
He nailed it, bro. At his age too, he nailed it.
It's not the years, honey. It's the mileage.
That's right. Ooh, that's a good line, bro.
That's right.
Your fucking little indie hat.
That's right.
I wonder if it's in frame.
Probably not. It's a high crown. Actually, I got this hat a little bit bigger than it should have been. I want to find a way to shrink it.
You can fit all 5 Indiana Jones movies.
Yeah, no,
the
it's a
DVD
big
collection is actually under
It's
there.
a big one right here.
All right.
Movie draft.
Yeah, there's no trivia today because we did a movie draft episode and we have the results.
Yes, we do.
We did a draft of the best baseball movies. We each get to pick 5. I picked my 5. He picked 5. We did baseball movies.
Yes, we did.
And the results are in.
That's right.
So whoever wins the best movie stash of baseball movies gets to pick the next movie.
That's right.
Kevin, what's the results?
That was a really bad drum roll, but the results are I won. I won over 3 polls. We did a poll on your Instagram, and you actually won that one 82% to 18%. And then we did one for the movie stash where I won 54% to 46%. And then on Twin Pines video Instagram,
which is your Instagram,
which is my Instagram, I also won 71% to 29%. And just to be fair, we actually pulled all the results together and tallied all the votes, and I did actually win fair and square. So I did get more votes, and I won.
Which is stupid because my baseball stash was way better.
Okay.
I mean, people just voted for you because you had the Sandlot, but overall my list was better. All right, well, pick your movie. What are you gonna have?
I actually have something for you for that.
What?
For that comment that
What?
you think that people are too stupid to actually vote for you.
Yeah.
Because I had the Sandlot and that was the only reason. So I actually found something that I wanted to give
In your little
for that.
What do you call this satchel?
It's the Indiana Jones satchel.
Okay, what's in there?
I've been looking for this for
Is
a
it
long
stones?
time. What's that?
Is it stones?
No, I got it right here though. You ready?
Yeah.
That's what I got for you.
Oh, that really got me. I'm not gonna lie.
It belongs in a museum. All right, so you want to know the movie I'm gonna force you to watch?
I guess I have to.
So you know that I've been always wanting to get you to watch more horror movies.
Oh man.
I know you only like a handful of horror movies. You love Scream,
Yeah.
Halloween.
Yeah.
I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Yeah.
And I think that's it.
That might be it.
That's it. I'm actually gonna start you off on a really good one, and because John Carpenter recently announced he's at least hinted that he's doing a sequel to this movie, I'm going to have you watch John Carpenter's The Thing. Kurt Russell.
Kurt Russell's in The Thing?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never seen it. I know nothing about it.
And I will say there is some gore, and it's some of my favorite gore in horror movies.
I think I'm going to watch this one with you.
You okay, dude, I'm down. Backyard movie.
Because some stuff, like, some stuff that you pick, I go, like, oh, I'll watch this with Jen, and, you know, and because it's like,
okay.
You know.
So you'll watch The Thing with me?
Yeah, Jen won't watch The Thing. I'll watch this with you. Like, I'll come over here and we'll watch it together. We'll make a whole night of it.
Backyard movie night.
Yeah. How long is it?
Listen, you want to know right now?
No, you can tell me later.
Oh, I'll tell you later.
But, all right, man. Oh, how about this to end the show?
Okay.
Indiana Jones, Dial of Destiny. The 5th chapter. Is it in your movie stash?
It is. I will actually buy this movie and own it and keep it in my movie stash because I feel like it's an insult not to. I feel like it would be an idiot not to have it in there. Because, like a good archaeologist, some things get overlooked because they're not worth the time that they were made. And they get better over time and become more valuable.
Yeah, I think it will.
So yeah, is it in your movie stash?
Yes.
All right, cool.
I'm adding it to my movie stash. I already have a Blu-ray collection of Indiana Jones 1 through 4.
Okay.
So it's not really going to fit in that box, but yes, I'm adding it to my movie stash.
Nice.
It's been a long time since I added something to my movie stash.
Are you going to put booby traps around your movie stash?
There already is. But you don't think that's impressive? You're not happy for me?
That you're including this in your movie stash?
Yeah, because I never add stuff to my movie stash.
Yeah, you have.
I actually, not never, but I rarely do. I'm very, very picky about what goes in my stash.
80 for Brady.
It's not in my movie stash.
No, I get what you're saying. I'm more impressed that it's in both of our movie stashes.
That's true. All right, man.
That's it.
Yeah, I'm you're Kevin Lyons.
Am I? I'm actually Indiana Jones. And that's it. That's it for tonight. I'm Kevin Lyons.
I'm Short Round.
That's right.
I wish the chair went down a little bit.
Junior.
I'm Agostino Zoida.
You're named after the dog? And I'm Kevin Lyons. And this is the Movie Stash.
That was good.